Hey there gamers. Sorry I haven't made a video in the past few days. I've been super busy this past week, but I'm super excited to get back into editing some Halo content. I've been sitting on this video idea for a hot minute now, so without further introduction, my name is Nifty Noob, and these are the top 5 weapons that please for the love of God, need to come to Halo Infinite as soon as possible. Not saying Infinite's weapon sandbox isn't vast and beautiful, I'm just saying if we're gonna bring a bland and tasteless weapon like the DMR back to the sandbox, why haven't we seen these 5 weapons? Before anybody lights me up in the comment section for not really caring about the DMR, do me a favor and just try this. Use the commando like a DMR. It may or may not blow your mind. Okay, jumping right into number 5, we have the M363 Remote Projectile Detonator, colloquially known as the Sticky Detonator, and originally produced by Acheron Security. The Sticky Detonator is a low-profile, single-shot weapon that launches a magnetically latched explosive, which the operator can remotely detonate. Although previously manufactured in low quantities, this weapon's size and ease of transportability has made it ubiquitous in the years which followed the Human Covenant War. The weapon has a fold-out screen on the left side, which shows a motion tracker display from the view of the fired projectile. Once fired, the projectile activates a strobe light indicating its status. Honestly, one of the more fun weapons you can use in Halo's sandbox, and I honestly think that it would fit right in with Infinite's multiplayer. I mean, Christ, throw this in campaign. I mean, it's just a cool weapon. And well, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps it up for number 5 on our list. Bet you didn't think I was gonna put the Sticky Detonator in 5th place. Now for number 4 on the list of weapons that deserve to come back to Halo Infinite's multiplayer is the good old beam rifle. And I'm not talking about whatever the fuck this is. I'm talking about that MLG Main Stage 2007 levels of sniper goodness. The Type 50 particle beam rifle is a battery-powered direct energy weapon that fires ionized particle beams. Originally produced by the merchants of 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 and later being produced at the assembly forges in High Charity, the beam rifle comes with a battery with enough charge to fire 10 shots, a maximum effective range of a roughly 1,500 meters, 4,900 feet. And when firing, the weapon has a near-silent muzzle signature. The ionized particle beams inflict wounds capable to the 14.5 114mm round fired by the UNSC's SRS-99 series of sniper rifles, capable of instantly killing targets. Need I say more? If you were somehow able to have both the sniper and the beam rifle on your persons at one time, and you were a good shot, you were pretty much unstoppable back in the day. I mean, that, and I feel like we really are lacking a real 𝐂𝐍𝐶 sniper in the sandbox. I would love to see a banished rendition of this even. That would be just the coolest thing. Or, I don't know, maybe fix the goddamn pulse rifle? Like, what? I don't know, what? Where's the carbine? I don't know, so many issues with some of the Covenant standard weapons. I know a lot of people kind of miss some of these, but the beam rifle? Can we please get the beam rifle back? Please, 343? Congratulations, you've made it this far into the video. Do me a favor and let me know down in the comments sections what weapons you want to see come back into Halo Infinite. At the end of the day, these are just my opinions, and I'm curious to see what you guys might have to say. While I'm at it, I might as well ask you guys to smash that subscribe button. We're so close to 500 subscribers, but enough of that, back to the scheduled content. Rolling in at number 3 on this list is the railgun. I mean, come on, it's the frickin' railgun. In all seriousness, number 3 on this list actually took me a lot of debating. I considered the Spartan laser for this position, but in my honest opinion, I don't know how 343 would balance it, and I'm not sure that the BTB community would be all that happy with its return. But what I do think could better balance out vehicle combat and still be a worthy contender for power weapons steps in the ARC-920 railgun. Using a pair of parallel conducting rails to accelerate its projectiles, a large electrical current flows from one rail into the projectile, and then onto the other rail. The electromagnetic effect of this interaction accelerates the projectile to an immense speed. The rifle requires a brief charging period before firing a highly explosive round, accelerated to incredible speed. The explosive yield contained in the round adds to the kinetic force of the impact. effect, making the weapon effective against both infantry and armor. The ARC-920 is one of the various limited production electromagnetic launchers in service with the UNSC Armed Forces, and is widely considered the best among them. I would highly consider this weapon for Halo Infinite Sandbox. I think with a few tweaks and maybe some adjustments, maybe a different model of the ARC-920, and it would fit in perfectly. Definitely a worthy contender in Halo's weapon sandbox, and I truly do think that it deserves number 3 in this list. I know what you're probably thinking. If the railgun and the sticky detonator made it on this list, what the fuck? What could have possibly made it into number 2? Well, if you ask me, one thing that Halo Infinite Sandbox is severely lacking right now is a medium-range beast. Call me an SMG fanboy all you want, but this weapon has always been welcomed with open arms in the Halo community. Even if it wasn't the most effective, because I'm definitely not saying bring back dual wielding, because again, 343 would have no idea how to balance that. But if we're not gonna bring back the best SMG ever, yes, this is the best SMG ever. I've changed my mind. Then perhaps the surprisingly most visual pleasing Halo 5 Space P90 is up your alley? Seriously, this weapon is so cool, and could prove to be an agile, nice addition to Infinite Sandbox. The M20 SMG is visually similar to its predecessor, though it differs in using a new high-velocity armor-piercing round that increases the amount of kinetic energy imparted to the target. The weapon uses top-mounted magazines of cased ammunition rather than the side-mounted magazines of caseless ammunition used by the M7. Otherwise, the weapon is very similar, featuring an adjustable grip under the weapon and a telescoping stock, which can be retracted, allowing the weapon to be fired one-handed. Although most commonly issued featured a CQB sight attachment, the weapon also accommodates an array of extended barrels, sound suppressors, laser targeters, and recoil stabilizers. This weapon is also compatible with kinetic bolts that impart more kinetic energy to the target, and can be equipped with an energy bayonet. A freaking energy bayonet? I must say, Mizraya Armory really outdid themselves with this one, and it was tough not ranking this weapon number 1. Truly would love to see this weapon come back. I really do miss spraying and praying. Honestly, it's even a good weapon for Halo Infinite Infection, which we do not have yet. Alright gamers, the moment you've all been waiting for, coming in at number 1 for the most sought after weapon to return to Halo Infinite in all its glorious fashion. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the M7057 Flamethrower. M7057 Defoilant Projector, more commonly known as the M7057 Flamethrower, is a weapon that is primarily used against battlefield fortifications and protection emplacements and installations, being mostly made useful because of its massive AoE effect, aka the flame spewing out of the tip. Perhaps Halo Infinite could really benefit from more of these AoE type weapons. I mean, we already have the Ravager, and although that's a banished AoE type weapon, I think we could definitely see this come back into the sandbox. I mean, seriously, if nothing else, this weapon just scared people. It may not have been the most useful or practical weapon. I truly think that it was one of those weapons that anybody could have picked up and gotten kills with, and most importantly, just have a good time with it. And that's really something special. The rule of cool really should come first, as Bungie developers used to say, or something like that. Plus, what if the Flood came back? I definitely want an M7057 Flamethrower in my hands, just saying. Hey guys, if you made it this far into the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash that subscribe button. Maybe turn on the bell notifications, as it could help me grow this channel. I'm putting a ton of hard work into content, and it's not easy, but every like, follow, and comment and share really does go a long way. Thanks again, and until next time gamers, what weapon would you like to see come back to Halo Infinite?